And she's so close, and it's so tough to nail the precision of the movements. And mouse and keyboard, but she does.
I am the War Chief.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. We are in session once again for something different. Today I have something new for you called Great Gaming Moments with Hololive, where we jump into an iconic moment of gaming and break down what makes it so effective. And for our first episode, I decided to go and have a look at a somewhat older moment from an underrated indie game in Outer Wilds. And you might already know what I'm talking about, but this is going to be a breakdown of Ame's Sun Station Landing. Now, for those of you who are already familiar with the game or have watched Ame's streams and all that, please feel free to skip to the timestamp here or just skip to the next chapter on the YouTube video. And for those of you who want the context and the premise of Outer Wilds, don't worry, I'm going to give you a spoiler-free breakdown of that in just a moment. Alright, now to give you guys a good idea of what the game is like, Outer Wilds is a space exploration game where you try to figure out the mysteries of this solar system that is trapped in a 22-minute time loop. There are a handful of different planets to choose from, and it's completely up to you where you choose to begin your adventure. Now, you'll eventually explore every single one of these planets as you learn that the stories and mysteries are all interrelated and intertwined with each other. Knowledge is the only limiter in this game as you translate texts left behind by the Nomai, an advanced alien race that was in this solar system long before you. Progression is unique in that there are no upgrades, no items, no skill trees, no power-ups or leveling up of any sort. What you have at the start of the game is also what you will end the game with. Now, you may be asking, well, what makes the Sun Station so unique, or what is the Sun Station to begin with? Now, to put it simply, at the end of your 22-minute time loop, the sun goes into a full supernova and blows up, taking down the entire solar system, meaning you and everyone else with it. As the screen fades to black, your memories play back, and you wake up right back at the beginning of the game, where all starts all over again. So that in itself is already the very first mystery that you are going to encounter. That why is the sun blowing up in the first place? And later on in the story, you discover that the Nomai created this thing called the Sun Station. It's this like floating satellite thing that rotates in orbit around the sun in very close proximity to the sun. And at this point, when you first find out about it, right, since the sun is in itself the biggest mystery here, the natural thing is to, well, get into your ship and fly directly into it, right? However, this becomes very clearly a bad decision, a bad idea, because it is easily one of the most difficult things to do in the game. You even get an achievement for doing it. Allow me to demonstrate. See, at the start of the game, they tell you that this game is best experienced on a controller. And this is why. Hold R2 to lift off. You use the right analog stick to, move the camera, of course. Left analog handles your movement, your basic movement. And that's the sun. You're soon going to see a small rotating satellite around it. There. You see that little thing where my dot, dot is? That, my friends, is the Sun Station. See that? And so, of course, the first thing you think of when you see that is, well, let's just land directly onto it. Now, I'll explain to you, I'll show you why that is such a difficult task to achieve. Here's the other twist, too. The Sun Station, even though your time loop is around 10 minutes, is around 22 minutes long, the Sun Station is only here for about the first half of it. There we go. So here's the sun. Try not to get too close to it. You hold the L1 button and then roll your ship with the right analog stick. And what you're supposed to do is to do your best to land on that thing. Here's the problem. The sun has a very strong gravitational pull. So it can be very difficult to actually maneuver accordingly. If you're too careless, you're flying too close to the sun, there's a very good chance where its gravity will just suck you in and blow you up.
A few moments later.
I'm being pulled in too strongly, and I'm dead. Ah! That happens to Ame a hell of a lot of the time too.
Oh, being pulled in.
So, you might now be wondering, well, in that case, if it's so tough to nail, right, is there actually a much easier way to get to it? The answer is yes, and we'll be getting to that in just a second. Instead of heading straight towards the sun, you head towards these twin planets, Ember and Ash Twin. And this is one of the coolest things about the twin planets. They are known as the Hourglass Twins because, here we go. Do you see that? It's really like an hourglass. The sand from this planet is being pulled into the gravitational pull of Ember Twin. Another interesting detail is that because they're the Hourglass Twins, once all of the sand from this planet gets pulled into that one, that means you're at the end of your time loop. So I'm just waiting for the sand to lower such a pace that the entrance here gets revealed and I can just walk right in, right? If you're too slow, you know, the place gets filled with cacti and it becomes nearly impossible to get through it. So here we go. Just need to wait. There. As soon as you get here, you're good. Now all you do is stand here and wait. This is the warp platform that will send you straight to the sun station. And what happens is the warp only works when you are aligned with the orbit of the place that you want to warp to. Even though we see giants deep over there, that's not where we're going. We're heading to the sun station. So as that rotates, we get matched. Whoop. This is how you get to the sun station normally. With these walls that have these purple markings on them, they actually adjust to your gravity. It's like so. Then you see this reveal. Opens emergency door. 281,042 years ago. No user commands received for 10 minutes, all systems entering sleep. 6 minutes 46 seconds ago, increased solar activity detected. Sun station's hull integrity approaching critical levels, closing emergency doors. But we want to open these doors. And lo and behold, this is the sun station. There we go. Need to be very careful and match it. Enter this little cubby hole. This is where Ame was able to make her entrance as well. As soon as you enter here, you're safe. Trees are detected and your oxygen tank gets refilled. You're fine from there. And here is where a lot of stuff is revealed to you. A lot of interesting key lore. And this track right here is also one of the most amazing parts of this entire sequence. This is music that plays exclusively when you're on the sun station. And it's probably one of the most intense things about the soundtrack. And of course, in terms of story significance and all this stuff, I'll leave Ame to express that as well. Oh, friends, so at this point I'll be popping in every now and then just to be able to provide some commentary on what makes this moment great, right? I'll try not to be too intrusive and I'll just kind of let this thing flow as much as possible, all right? So it's at this point where she just kind of slams her ship into the sun station, and it was so lucky that she didn't, one, break her ship entirely, she just damaged it, and two, it didn't bounce off. And she was able to move it here to the next spot where she somehow manages to get out just in time to the point where I was earlier, or I just showed you guys. And that's insane. That is absolutely insane. I'm not saying she just got lucky. There was a little bit of luck involved. But my goodness, what an incredible moment. Remember, she's also doing this on a mouse and keyboard. You can sense the tension. This is like she's so close, right? After how many attempts, she's been doing this for almost an hour. Just doing sun station landing attempts, brute forcing it. And she's so close, and it's so tough to nail the precision of the movements. And mouse and keyboard, but she does.
We did it! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Science compels us to explode the sun. Can't we change this? I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. Here's a better one. Mission: determine if it's possible to prompt the sun to explode. You lack a sense of humor. At least I don't lack a sense of ethics. Kindly refrain from going supernova on me before the sun does. It's accurate. We're going to create a supernova for the purpose of scientific progress. That's our mission. Our mission is to decide if such an irresponsible feat is even possible. Why?
Why indeed? Well, that's really the big question here. Why would you blow up the sun for the sake of science, right? And are you not even considering the consequences? This is still a solar system. Causing the sun to go supernova would kill everything in the solar system. What possible reason could you have?
I don't have time for this.
And the reason why she's also saying that, oh, I have no time for this, it's
I don't have time for
because
this.
the sun station only lasts for half of a time loop, about 10 to 11 minutes.
What happened? Did the sun station not fire? It fired, Yarrow, but it failed. The sun barely responded. There were infinitesimally small surface-level changes, but they were barely visible even to the third eye. The sun station is useless. It will never and could never cause the sun to explode. I don't know what comes next, my friends. I suppose we must start over. I'm unsure on how to start over. We're Return to Ash Twin first, my friend. Perhaps a change of task could help. Spyro noticed a comet approaching the star system and we'd like to investigate. Hi, I hurt you, my friends. We all know how hard you both worked. I can only offer my compassion. How are you? How is Idea? We're well, Yarrow. As well, we could, as expected, the circumstances so disappointed I may have disagreed with exploding the sun, but I never wished your device would fail. I'd hoped your terrible work was finished.
So that then becomes a massive reveal.
Approximate time until Sun Station is destroyed by expanding star. 3 minutes, 52 seconds. Plasma time to star death. Star has reached end of natural life cycle. Now approaching red giant stage. Warning, evacuate Sun Station.
It's reached its natural life cycle. So all this time you come here thinking, hey, maybe there's a way for me to stop the sun from going supernova.
It's the natural end of its life cycle.
You can see that reveal like slowly making sense to Ame too.
These three are finished. And what are the rest of these?
This is a massive spoiler, so I'm not gonna give you guys details on this.
This reminds me of a movie. There's a movie where it ended like this. Where you're sitting in this... Is this like a representation of ethics, the pursuit of science?
But you see the beauty of it, chat? There's something so final about this reveal. You realize maybe there's something I can do about the sun going supernova. Maybe I can stop this thing from, you know, happening. And you can stop the time loop. But what happens when you reach the end of all things? You realize the finality of it. There's really nothing you can do, right?
Star has reached end of natural life cycle, now approaching red giant stage. Warning, evacuate Sun Station. So we can't even fix it.
It's almost an allegory for
all we can do is explore
death,
and be caught
right?
in an infinite time loop. Because it's just the end. Just like everything comes to an end. So does the sun and the universe. Why are there so many stars exploding at the same time? I thought there was a coincidence. I thought we could connect the dots. There's more? Okay. Let's see the end.
You know, when I was first exposed to this moment, chat, like, my heart sank. Like, I thought there was finally some semblance of hope. There was something I could do when I finally got here.
Look at me! You trapped me in this time loop. Aren't you gonna do something about it? Take responsibility? Hey!
When it comes to the natural end of all things, what can you do but accept it? There's something, I don't know, there's something very beautiful about the presentation of this. It hits you so hard.
Well, this is the end. This is the end, friends. Goodbye, everyone.
And with the supernova, the sun grows.
I'll see you guys again soon.
Into a red giant stage. Then it shrinks, compresses, then explodes. You guys want a front seat to the end of the world as well? Well, watch it along with Ame.
Alright, we're gonna count it down. We'll count it down. We're almost there.
That thing really does work in real time. 15 seconds. 10, 11,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't worry, we're all still here. Whew, That was a rush. That was definitely worth it. My hands are sweating and they're shaking. That was really satisfying. Alright, let's check our log and then I think we'll probably call it. Thank you guys for all support. I saw a lot of red in chat for the red sun. Thank you. Alright, let's check the logs. We got the sun station! Okay. Sun station was designed to make the sun go supernova. The Nomai fired it on the sun. They concluded that the sun station could never cause... Sorry. The sun station could never cause the sun to go supernova. After the failure of the sun station, the Nomai took a break to investigate the newly arrived comet. According to Nomai computer, our sun has reached the end of its natural life cycle.
Right? So that becomes the huge reveal there. The sun has reached the end of its natural life cycle. There's really nothing else you can do about it. So then you wake up once again at the start of another time loop. And now there's this feeling of...
What are we supposed to do?
Exactly.
Is there no escape?
That in itself is one of the...
Can I get everybody in ships and then we can fly to another star system?
That's the beauty of this game.
Find more clues. Okay. Well, we will continue investigating. Bye-bye. Thank you. Wait, hold on. Let's put a good song on. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Where she chooses this song. This is the song plays at the end every time loop. When you hear this, you barely have a minute or two until the death of the universe. And that also is an amazing design choice, right? This game is so good. Unexpectedly good for a game genre that I don't usually follow. But it easily became one of my favorite games. The sun is approaching supernova. And this is where we end this as well, lads. This is Senator Warchief signing out.